All right, in we go. Maybe. Hopefully.
Welcome to Cat and Raven Designs. I'm Cat, they, them.
And I'm Raven, she, her. And we're trying out something new for this collection. This is, of course, the collection for February, and the theme is Full Metal Alchemist. See that if you go a little bit there. That way there's this negative space I can use without covering your face so you don't turn into Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski!
I keep Mike Wazowski-ing you because you have this, like, what if I stand right where Raven puts graphics?
Mike Wazowski!
You're doing it to yourself. So we're trying something new for this month, several things, and the collection, of course, is going to be our February collection, and the theme is Full Metal Alchemist inspired. We're calling it The Laws of Alchemy. And this collection is going to be coming out on Friday, February 27th, the last Friday of the month, like usual. And you might notice a slightly different setup for how we're filming. We are taking some inspiration from channels we really like Evan and Caitlin, where they're both on this side of the camera the whole time. Not only are you going to be getting both of us here on this side of things, so you're no longer gonna miss the looks that Kat gets while we're filming, but you're also going to have shots from this camera. So we're gonna be able to get some more dynamic shots of the soap making, which I hope that you're really going to like. And I hope I'm going to enjoy editing. I think it's gonna be a good time. So as we go through this, because we film everything on one day, one big production day, we won't be able to respond with the videos for feedback until after this month is over. So any feedback on how we're doing this would be awesome. What I can respond to is editing, but I can't necessarily respond to what we've already shot. So anything that you are suggesting or enjoying or not liking would be a great help.
And then we will try to incorporate those into next month's.
I keep thinking, oh, it's time for me to run off screen, but that's not a thing anymore. Well, I'll at least make space for you while you talk about your design.
And while I do my bull.
So first design up is Cat.
We're doing Lust. Y'all thought I was gonna be an asshole. Don't worry, I'm gonna be an asshole. Just not with this one. So my design is supposed to give 90s/early 2000s slutty girl vibes. You know, the black and pink, like tiger stripe, zebra stripe bull. Yeah, it's supposed to give those vibes. So our fragrance.
So our fragrance is Enchantress, fittingly, from Nurture Handmade. Your scent notes are top notes of orange blossom and cherry blossom, middle notes of bamboo and clean cotton, and a base of beechwood.
It smells really good.
Do we just say that for every single fragrance, honestly?
Yeah, I think so. But I think we're just like damn good at picking fragrances that smell really good.
Can you imagine if we came on and we're like, it smells like butt, I hate it.
Didn't we do that once when we did that one collection where it was like bacon and money and grass?
Oh God, back in the day. Jump scare.
Yeah.
We've done literally hundreds of designs over the years, so I don't remember all of them.
And I think there was a couple of those where we're like when we got the bottle and we like took a whiff, we're like, well, it smells like the thing it says it is, but oh my God, does that smell like?
Thanks, I hate it. All right, well, now that it's the two of us on this side of things, you're gonna talk about colorants and then we do safety mode?
Yep.
Okay, we're having to find a new normal. Thanks for hanging on with us here. Ooh, colors.
So for our pink, we're using Lollipop and Pretty Kitty.
Ooh, which is neon. Okay. And then what's over
That's
here?
an appropriate name for this.
Shut up. No.
Pretty
No.
Kitty.
Illegal.
Pretty kitty. And for our black, we're just using black iron oxide.
All right, and that's it on colorants.
That's it on colorants. We do have a soap stamp we are going to be using on top. We realized right before filming this that we need to flip the design around.
Technically, I printed it backwards.
So I will be stamping the Ouroboros on it after it's cut, and I will be filling in the holes, the gaps, if you will, with gold.
You're gonna make it so weird.
I'm literally doing a Lust soap. Of course I'm gonna make it weird.
Is it really necessary though?
Of course it is. You cannot have less soap without innuendo.
No, fine. Now that we're both over here, I think it's appropriate that it is a double safety mode. And do I clap when we do safety mode because I love Full Metal Alchemist and that's what it makes me think of? Yes, so it seems very appropriate. Shall we?
We shall!
Let's do it! 3, 2, 1. And we're back and ready to make some soap. Let's do it. So we're starting off as usual with our oil base. So that is going to be a combination of extra virgin olive oil, rice bran oil, castor oil, sweet almond oil, coconut oil, and palm oil. It is quite the collection of oils here. And then Kat is going to be taking our lye water solution and tossing that bad boy straight into the oils so that it can do a little chemical reaction called what?
Saponification.
That's right. It is the chemical reaction that causes the oils to turn into bar soap. And we keep the oils in the big master bucket here. Ooh. All right, ready to blend? RIP to our blender. We're back to this one. I don't know, OGs might remember this blender. We've hung on to it. Now I'm really glad that we did. Our other blender head broke.
I think we initially hung on to this too because we were like, well, there's still some smaller batch things we do where we don't need as long of a blender.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just glad we hung on to it because, man, we need it now. Oh, maybe like this sometimes?
Yeah.
Perhaps? And to get that nice pink feature in the design, we're gonna pour that off. Ooh. That's gonna be a really pretty pink, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm so excited. And the black iron oxide has already been mixed up with some oils so that it blends easier. And in Kat's test batch, which is living over here,
It behaved beautifully.
yeah, looks like it. So that's gonna make doing this design a lot easier. Oh, there it comes. Lovely. How pretty. So the plan, if I am correct, is to take these two colors and pour them back and forth into this container, which is something we've done previously. And then after that, take that container and pour it into this mold.
Yep.
No embeds on this one, right?
No embeds,
All right.
just the stamp. Right now, I'm getting a preliminary kind of mix, but I am going to have to hit both of these with the blender because neon and oxides don't like to fully mix without it.
You know, that is frequently true. And don't worry, Kat will get these corners. They always do. They're really good about that. All right, so now that Kat has this container all set up and ready to go, I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward as they get this all poured in, because that's always satisfying. Here we go.
Well, that's moving faster than it did in the test.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It was super well behaved! What is going on?
All right, well, mild problem. Despite the fact that it performed really admirably in test batch, it's now accelerating.
Yeah.
Love that. That will make it work, though, I'm sure.
Usually do.
You can see there, it's kind of thick. We were expecting this to be way more liquidy. Yeah, I think that might be the last pour on both of those, huh? Or not.
I'm gonna do one more. If I do it that way.
I'm really glad you don't have embeds, because this would be a problem otherwise.
I don't get it. It was so beautifully behaved. I was proud of it.
All right, in we go. Maybe. Hopefully. Uh-oh. I think you're gonna need assistance. You want me to come around?
Yeah.
I'm coming. Okay, here we go. Sorry, this is quiet time where we're just trying to make it work. We're in
Damage control.
damage control mode. Here, let's get a little more over here before you tap it. Okay, there you go. Let's get the rest here. Jesus Christ. Okay, give that a tap. All right, whatever you want to do to the top there.
Okay. I was going to save a little bit of the pink and like do like a little and then pretty design. I I don't think it's gonna let me do that. So we're just gonna cover my sins with glitter.
As one is wont to do. So here's how it's looking here on the top. It's, do you want to clean up the top a little bit more and flatten it if we're gonna just do glitter? Because right now it's a little wonky. Do you want like the scrapey? So we have the scrapey. Just the scrapey?
No.
No?
Where's our spoon?
No scrapey? Are they not right there?
Oh, there they are. I'm gonna texture it.
Oh, that works. Okay. She's coming together. You know, she is a little rough. Lust.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, she's looking kind of cute.
Yeah. All right. What do you got for your glitter?
I have got Classic Aviation
Ooh.
from the Good Glitter.
That's biodegradable glitter, of course.
I think she's mad because I called her a slut, even though I am also a proud slut. Not slut shaming. Sluts unite.
I mean, it's definitely possible. All good though?
Yes.
So that is going to be it for the first soap of the Laws of Alchemy collection, which means it is time for your sacrifice to the algorithm gods in our name. If you're not already subscribed, please make sure that you do so down below. Like we talked about at the beginning, comments in terms of what we're doing with the editing and the filming are really, really helpful. I would really appreciate feedback on that, both negative and positive. Feedback really helps. It helps me give you the kind of videos that you find entertaining. So your reward, of course, for your engagement is a close-up on the top of the soap. Let's go.
You know what's really funny?
What?
Like, even if we weren't trying this setup,
Mm-hmm.
the soap would have forced you on this side of the camera anyways.
At least I was prepared.
Yeah.
So there is Cat's Lust soap, looking fantastic. I actually really like that glitter against that black. It's really pretty.
Oh yeah. No, that was a last minute addition and I was like, you know what would be really pretty on that? The aviation glitter.
Yeah, that's definitely true. All right, well, we're gonna let this set up and we will come back tomorrow for us and just a minute for you. And we will cut these down into bars and we'll see, did we salvage this? Did we manage to save it?
I don't think we're gonna have the stripies like I was going for, but that's okay as long as I have my black and pink.
Maybe, we'll see. All right, well, if there's an ad available with YouTube, we'll let that run and we'll see you in a sec. Bye-bye.
Bye. Welcome back.
You wanna, you good?
This one's the one that's making me a little nervous.
Why?
Because it accelerated like a mother.
Okay.
The
Well,
outside's kind of pretty, but I'm nervous about the inside.
I think it's looking pretty good. You want to show us?
Soap butt.
Ooh.
Side. The front.
Yeah, I think she's looking really pretty. Here, maybe can I maybe get some options for? Hi, my name's Kat, and I don't like well-performing thumbnails. Apparently, I'm thinking the sides are looking really cool. Look at that. All right, let's give it a chop, huh? There we go. Click. All right, what do you got for me?
Maybe I can do that.
Sure, we can try. Ooh,
Ooh.
Pretty. Look at that. That looks really nice.
It does. Some from over here.
All right, ready for another one?
Yep.
Let's go.
Ooh.
Boy, you would not be able to tell that there was any kind of struggle at all with that. That looks really good, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple of minor air pockets here and there, but, like, nothing major.
So I reprinted the Ouroboros soap stamp. Did you want to try and stamp one?
Yes, I want to try and do the whole whole thing I plan on with it. I'm going to take... there. No.
You want to
this.
test it on the little end piece? I've got this little end piece that normally comes off. So this will go in a random sample pack. That's the test batch. And Kat can test out stamping it.
Let's see if my method is going to work. Here, paintbrushes, where are you?
Kat wasn't prepared for filming, if you can't tell.
I forgot I was going to stamp these.
So it's a 3D printed soap stamp. And we'll see how this goes. Usually it doesn't need a whole lot of squish to work.
This one needs a little more squish to work.
Oh. Do you need like the mallet or anything?
No.
Did we squish too hard? Oh man, it's gonna take a while. Cat in focus. Extreme focus. Oh, it's looking pretty good. Look at that. Good thing there's only one batch and only 15 bars, because this would take 5 effort. You're gonna have an entire activity to do with this one. So that's what's in the cup.
Gold dust and Vira glitter and witch hazel.
Ah, okay. Come along. Riveting.
Well, I'm gonna paint the stamp with the Smith concoction
Mm-hmm.
and then try and stamp one of the soaps. See which one works better.
Okay. So we're gonna have fully painted and then pre-painted and then stamp. Got it. I feel like with the witch hazel, it's definitely going to be the stamp it first and then fill it in, personally.
Even painting the stamp is taking forever.
Are you getting impatient?
Mm-hmm. Of course I
You
am.
designed this.
Yep.
Makes something complicated, gets frustrated when it's complicated.
Yep.
You're gonna have to be really careful when you stick that on the soap too, because if you move at all, you're not gonna be able to adjust. Design the soap stamp itself. The whole, oh geez. The whole shape of it is like a standard size bar. So if you line up the bottom with the soap, I think you'll have an easier time trying to get it down there correctly. A good squish. Okay.
Moment of truth. Hold on.
Oh. There we go. Okay. So here's our options. So we've got pre-painted stamp and then paint. Oh man, dude, that's a hard pick. I don't know, what do you think? Which one are you leaning towards?
I wish I would have gotten that deeper, but I'm
This
leaning.
one?
Yeah, but I'm leaning toward this one.
Okay, cool.
So I will do that. The rest of those in a little bit.
Yeah. Is that dry enough to stand up and not drip? Is that okay? I was worried putting it in the tray already, it's gonna drip.
It does not appear to be dripping.
That's good. Alrighty, so here is the finished soap next to the original digital mock-up. Pretty freaking sweet, if I do say so myself. Good job. Alrighty, so that is it for this design. We are ready to move on to the next 3 designs coming out over the next few weeks. Make sure if you're not already subscribed that you do so down below so you don't miss out. And it is, of course, time for a hydration reminder.
Look, I'm even actually drinking water.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
So make sure that you've got your liquid of choice. We're gonna take a 5-second sip. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Good job. You've done it. And with that, if you haven't already checked out all our various social media, we're pulling from TikTok because, man, what's going on with TikTok? God damn. I'm gonna be deleting the account. It's just because we have a TikTok shop. We have to wait 30 days before we can delete the account. So it's in process. I'm working on it. But we also have our vlog channel. We're on Instagram. We're on Blue Sky and Threads. And we're not on Twitter.
Butter.
Butter.
Elon.
But you can always sign up for our email list if you want some just generalized updates and a reminder of when the launch is. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and call it. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll catch you for the next one. Bye!
Bye.
And we got the test batch.